Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Knee Slappin' K-Pop podcast. I'm Sammy. With me today is my lovely co-host, Kayla.
Hello, hello.
And we're here for an episode that we genuinely thought we were not going to make this year.
Yes.
At one point this year, we were like, we can't do it.
Really
There's
didn't think
nothing
we
to
were
talk
going to
about.
actually be able to do it.
But we did it.
We did it.
Got here. We are here for the Knee Slappin' K-Pop Awards winners. As you will know, there were no nominees this year.
No.
Because
we have none.
I mean, our journey through K-pop this year is that we were in for like the first quarter.
Yep.
For like 3 months. And then slowly we were like, I'm done. I can't. I needed to take a step back.
Oh yeah,
And
can't
then
do it.
We kind of
came back like occasionally, like a little bit sometimes.
Like around August, September, I was at least like, okay, I'm willing to like go back and listen to at least the big artists. I will listen to the big things that happen.
Right.
And then like we had to do our Kingdom stuff. Like we were back. At least
back
now
for a
I
little
have.
bit. And then there was that 1 week when like Lee Seraphim and Oh My Girl, and ZB1 all came out the same week. And that was a great time. Lovely
that
time.
was the week that brought us back.
Yeah.
Like we just needed 3 people that we adore to just put out bangers, and we're like, okay. The industry's not lost.
Right.
It's just we were like a little overwhelmed. I think we got 2 in. So I think now maybe next year we'll have nominees again. I don't think we will ever get to the point we were before where we're doing podcasts every week.
No, never.
And we're like
really
so in.
Do
and
not
we're
have
like
that much to talk about.
Dedicating that
at all.
I think we got 2 in too fast.
I will not have that much to talk
over
about
the
ever
last
again.
And by that I mean over the last 10 years.
Yep.
We were like really in, and now I think at the very least we will be listening to it like
I'm not gonna
passively,
right?
But like I will be.
But like I'm not gonna stop listening to it. But also I need it to be more interesting first. So like it's gotta fix itself before I am gonna start caring more about it.
That too, and also the fact that like I do think we just needed a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
we needed to take some time to ourselves. K-pop needed to take some time to itself. I do think it's improving a little bit. I think the last half of this year was far more interesting than the first half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think the first half of the year was so boring.
It was really like a big middle portion of the year that was a huge hole as well.
Yeah. We did go back and listen to a lot of it. I think we're mostly caught up. Maybe not with like a bunch of like the C list, even a little bit of like the low B list K-pop.
Right.
But like the A tier, we're all caught up. We got everybody.
Right.
For the most part. So we did manage to fill all our categories.
We did.
And we still have our usual spicy takes.
Yep. And we also just as like a preface, we also were debating if we can't think of a winner for the category, we delete the category. And we didn't have to do that. So
we didn't have to. We did find winners for everything.
Yeah.
And I do think this will both be our awards and a bit of a retrospective on the year.
Yep.
So like we might not have nominees, but we might mention some people that like
that were also kind of nice. Yeah,
that we also enjoyed. So I think we just sort of have to power through. And also, if any of you are here for Maria's Hip Hop Awards, they are not happening this year.
No. All three of us left K-pop this year, so.
All 3 of us left K-pop this year, and I still have the K-drama awards, but even I sort of left K-dramas.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I watched all of 911 this year. That's what I did.
Grey's Anatomy as well.
I've been watching Grey's Anatomy for years. That's a side note. But I watched all of 911 this year. 8 seasons. Loved it. But I think we just have to go for it.
We do.
So we're going to start with probably our hardest category.
Yes.
This was the hardest one we had to fill
what
out,
albums?
which was Best Full Album.
Yeah.
Because what albums came out?
What albums?
Because the thing is also that I think we're in such a weird point where we couldn't remember what was a full album and what was technically an EP.
Right.
Because full albums have gotten shorter and EPs have gotten longer.
Right.
We're like, was IU a full album? I don't know. Was this a full album? I don't know. And then a lot of the full albums were boring.
Mm-hmm.
We liked IU.
IU
that
was
who was going to win, even though we weren't positive it was a full album.
Right.
But I think we wanted to make a point.
Yeah.
Because we gave it a 17 with 17 right here. 17 right here is a full album.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It sure is a full album.
But it is also basically a 17's greatest hits album.
Yep. And that felt correct to make it in this year of K-pop, to give it to a best hits album.
Yes,
there's something really funny about that.
Oh yes, because in a year where it has good. This is the album that had Maestro on it. I liked Maestro.
Right.
It has each unit has a song, and then it has Korean versions of all their Japanese hits.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second disc has all of their basically all their Korean title tracks.
Uh-huh.
And I love that for them. One, I do love giving yourself a greatest hits album as a K-pop artist. I think more need to do it.
Very good.
And honestly, I think it's really fun. I love that for them. I love 17. I think the 17 discography is one of the best discographies in K-pop.
It's very good.
They don't miss. 17 don't miss.
Very good discography overall.
Woozy don't miss.
They don't.
And I don't know, man. One, I think it's really funny that a K-pop group that's not even about to start, they kind of did start, like, starting to do their military service, but, like, not when 17 right here was happening.
Right.
Like, they were still, like, they're still all together. No one's left the group. They didn't need to half the time when they do these kind of albums, it's because they want to re-record over someone that left.
Mm-hmm.
Because both Stray Kids and Lee Seraphim did it, where they just re-recorded over the person that left.
Right.
Or was forced out. But they didn't have to do that. So I don't really know. Yeah. It was just fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I couldn't think of a better.
I truly
album.
couldn't think of we couldn't think of any actual full albums to give this to. So this is a category that would have we got rid of it if we didn't.
But it also feels like you can't get rid of the full album category.
Yeah.
Because that's insane.
But here we are. It's fine.
But
Don't
here
worry
we
about
are.
it.
17 never misses. And if I got more, like, I love giving awards to 17.
Oh yeah.
And it's mainly the fact that, like, I really liked their music of this year. Maestro was not my favorite of their title tracks, but, like, that's fine. You don't always get, like, the best song of your career. I did really liked Love, Money, Fame, but I refused to put DJ Khaled on our awards. Kayla mainly refused to put DJ Khaled on our awards.
I simply can't.
She will not co-sign this nonsense.
Co-sign the DJ Khaled.
She won't co-sign this nonsense.
No.
But for the most part, we did have a great time with 17 this year.
Uh-huh.
They went on tour.
They did.
It's great. Love 17. Keep doing what you're doing. So then best mini albums. Everyone did mini albums.
Yeah, that's what
I feel
that's
like
what
no
people
one
do
did
now, is they do mini albums.
But the main issue is I feel like everyone did boring mini albums. Everyone did mini albums where everything is just the same. Like, you got your title track, you got the other song you're going to promote, and then a bunch of filler B-sides. I feel like this was the year of the really filler B-side.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to it when we had to come up with our, like, favorite B-sides of the year. For the most part, I feel like it's, like, a lot of K-pop groups are phoning in their B-sides. And I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I always had more to talk about. But you know who's not phoning in their B-sides?
Mm-hmm.
Every year. Lee Seraphim, never phoning in their B-sides. Crazy.
So good.
Fabulous album.
Fabulous
so
mini
good.
album. 1-800 Hot and Fun Song of the Summer.
Great.
Love that. I don't even know if that came out in the summer, but that was a great song. I love it so much.
It retroactively goes back in time and becomes a summer anthem.
The
but like
Piero
all the songs
also fantastic.
Piero,
love that.
Fabulous. I think they are. It's a short one. It's only 5 songs, but it is a bang. All of
huge
the songs
bangers.
Are bangers.
Yeah.
I think it actually fits together. They picked 5 songs that work together as opposed to 5 songs.
Right. Let's put them on an album. Yeah.
To just putting 5 songs there.
Mm-hmm.
They're great. We love all of that. I do it is really funny to me that they're just we don't attempt to just keep giving awards to the same people. It's not our fault that the same people just are always good. Okay?
Right.
Like honest to God, we do try to spread out our awards, but this year especially, we were like, we have to fill the category.
Oh yeah,
because no one really was out here thriving.
Yep. All we can do is fill the category.
Simply all we can do is fill the category. This one I think we do have more to talk about because like music videos are a little bit easier to remember than full albums.
Right.
Best music video. There's a couple. Our main issue is that a lot of times when we want to give something best music video, we also want to like the song.
Right, yeah.
And that's the problem.
Right.
Like, if the song was not a factor, do you want to know what we would have given it to? I would have demanded we give it to Red Velvet.
Yeah.
But I don't like but I think that song's terrible. I don't like that song.
The combination of that song and the music video really are, like,
really
very dissonant.
Worse.
And it does not make sense,
It made it worse. Honest to God, I would have, like, if I did not have to, if it wasn't one of my prerequisites that I like the song, I do think Red Velvet would have won because I think it is an absolutely beautiful music video. The problem is I have to listen to the song while I watch it. Other people were just good. I feel like K-pop videos kind of got... Is it right to say smaller? I feel like they're going back in the box.
Yeah, we are.
Do you know how
a resurgence of box sets for some reason?
Box sets and a lot of questionable green screen.
Yeah.
Because we went from having box sets, basically all of second gen, to they were allowed outside and we got these big sets and these expensive sets and expensive looking sets. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like we're back in the box.
Back in the box.
And I feel like the box sets will always never be as interesting to me as when you like get a set.
Oh,
when you make a set, that will always be more interesting to me. Or when you let them outside.
Right.
Like,
sure.
Do you want to know a very random music video I really enjoyed? I thought New Woman, great music video.
Oh, yeah.
It's random, but I liked it.
Nice.
And they're
that
outside.
Looks really nice, yeah.
I'll give it this. All of the Blackpink girls, for all the song qualities, all those music videos are really good.
They are really fun.
Mantra, she was actually outside.
Yeah.
Honestly, all of those are better than just putting them in boxes. But we gave it to a song that really I never thought we would give it to, but it was such a weird little music video that we really enjoyed. We gave it to V's Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, V's solo music,
it's weird because it's jazz.
He's my BTS bias. But the man loves jazz. And unironically, this is when you know BTS has full control over all the music they make because this man is allowed to make, this man in BTS,
he's making
the biggest boy band in the world, is making jazz to max adult contemporary. Mm-hmm. Slow adult contemporary. That's what he's making. That's what they're letting him make. That is what is going to be commercially successful for this 20-something-year-old man. It's insane to me that they allow him. This is when you know he has full control, because why would you allow him to do this?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the songs, I enjoyed it. It's fine. It's a very slow song, but the music video is fucking hilarious. I do love the juxtaposition of him. Again, it shows sets. It shows a lot of character, and it shows a lot of work. It's a set of a bunch of people fighting. And then it's a set of a bunch of people making out. And both of those are hilarious to me. It's a weird... You ever just seen, like, random screenshots like, this is a weird modern Renaissance painting? This is a weird modern Renaissance painting. I absolutely adore everything about it.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, weird in a really fun type of way.
Mm-hmm. And I do think that is how you can describe him as a person, and the insanity that I do love that the BTS boys have just been allowed to be fucking weird.
Oh yeah. Because
Jungkook out here making sex jams. Yoongi's killing himself in every music video. And V's doing whatever this is. I don't have words for. I just have thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Jin has fish. It's a thing.
He loves fish. What is
he
there
does
to
love
say?
fish.
What more is there to say?
Hey, catching a tuna is a very special moment.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, beyond everything else, I do think that this is just a very, like, again, it has sets, it has extras, it has people, it has character, it's, like, odd and weird in, like, a fun way. It has direction. I like it. And it does elevate a song that I would, for the most part, be very ambivalent to. What is the next one? Oh, band song.
Oh, hell yeah, band song.
Bands.
Hell yeah,
we like bands.
We love bands.
They're fun. We like bands. There are not the bands this year were kind of quiet.
They were.
They were just
a lot of them in the military. So that
a lot of them in the military
got rid of a lot of our bands for the year.
Yeah, but any of the ones that aren't in the military, I don't know where FT Island is.
And FT Island and CN Blue, who knows what's going on with them? The original band.
God only knows where they are.
Lucy was on tour for half of the year, so that's what they were doing.
Lucy was on tour. They did put out a song, but it was mostly the same song.
Pretty much the same thing they normally do, so
yeah.
Nothing too exciting.
But one band, even when they're in the military, we could get so much content out of, because we gave it to One We's Off-Road.
Yep. Unshocking if you've seen the top 10 songs of the year video.
That too, but on the off chance, One We, absolutely insane band. In terms of the fact that they will just keep making content, to put it in perspective, basically them and Flying sort of had members go into the military at the same time, and it was very similar circumstances. Like, not even very similar circumstances, because FT and Flying still has both of their singers out and around.
They sure do.
When we lost one of them because he has to go into the military, and we got far more One We content.
So much One We content
we got so much. They're both back now. They are complete until the other three have to go. But for the most part, I feel like we won't even notice, because they'll just keep putting out an insane amount of music. They have a lot to say, and honestly, I appreciate it.
Yes.
I do like when One We does get a little more, like, this is still emotional, but a little more, like, sassy. It's not sad boy. It's more, how dare you? And I like that for them. You gotta keep the emotional bits fresh and fun. They were kind of the only band that was putting out multiple projects this year, so that did kind of give them an advantage. That did give them,
like, really, when you're the only band making music, that's what there is to do.
Yeah. All right. Male solo song. This one was fun.
Yep.
I don't know if maybe, again, I do think it is harder to keep up with vocalists, because so many soloists, because so many soloists are just members of groups.
Yep.
So, like, I know that there's a bunch of the Shiny members did something that was fine. A bunch of these people did something that was fine. But, like, that really, it's funny, because we were gonna give it to this person anyway, but for a different song. And then we realized that this also counts.
Yes.
Technically.
Yes.
On a technicality.
It counts.
Because it is on Spotify.
Yes. And so if it's on Spotify, in my mind, it's a song.
It's technically a digital single. So we gave it to Super Tuna, because we were already going to give it to Jin. Jin was already going to win.
Oh, yeah.
So what does it matter if he wins for this?
Or for Super Tuna.
Or for Super Tuna.
Yeah.
For this or one of the songs off his album.
Right.
Doesn't matter. So Super Tuna is honestly not amazing.
Because it's an iconic song. I love it.
And yes, I know Super Tuna is from, like, 2 years ago. But also was never on Spotify. And he also deleted the old video. I love the fact that he was so committed to this being the real Super Tuna music video. This is real
Super Tuna
he
now.
deleted the music video that had over 100 million views. That's so many views.
And just look at this album art.
It's just gone.
Fantastic.
Look at this. Absolutely iconic. Incredible. The man proposed to a fish.
So good.
It's so funny. It's pure comedy. It's absolutely amazing. No notes.
No notes.
Just vibes.
Yes.
This next one is similar issue, though I do think that there are more high-profile female soloists. The problem is we didn't like a lot of people that out this year. So we had our winner. It was gonna, at one point it was gonna go to IU. But we liked IU, but she was a little boring this year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Little bit boring. We did like Shopper. Shopper was fun, but like, I've heard that from IU before.
Right.
I did think about, like, and then some people just went bad. Like, unfortunately, Hwasa, ever since she went to P Nation.
Yeah, it's just being Meghan Trainor now, and which is like, what are we doing
just
here?
making Meghan Trainor nonsense.
Yeah.
Yena went full J-pop.
Yeah.
And I'm not into that. Not, like, she was already halfway there. But, like, the full turn to J-pop, especially in the latter half of the year, was a lot.
Yeah, her first song was more typical.
Her first song I liked.
And then the second song is full J-pop.
Is too full J-pop for me. We had Tsuyu from Twice. She's fine.
That's about as good as you would expect that to be.
That's as good as I was expecting from her. But there is one person that did do, I wouldn't call it a 180. Maybe a 75-degree turn. Like, it's not a full 180.
Right,
but, like, it's a turn. It's a slight deviation from what they were doing before, and we did like it. So we gave it to Nayeon with ABCD.
Very good.
I really enjoyed this from her. Like, I genuinely was surprised she did something like this.
Very J-Lo of her to do this.
Very J-Lo. I far more would have expected this to be, just almost any other member of Twice before her to do this concept. Really a lot of Jihyo, more so.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, after Pop, this was not where I was expecting. I didn't think she would pivot.
Nah.
I thought Pop was, like, we've established.
Right.
I didn't think we would immediately pivot.
And here we are,
but, like,
pivoted.
Here we are. And honestly, best soloist out of JYP in years.
Pretty great, honestly.
Pretty great.
Pretty good stuff.
I do like, Jihyo also fine, but, like, this girl's a star.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a lot of charisma.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a lot of stage presence as a soloist.
Yeah.
And that's not something you can say for not just every member of Twice, but I think from every member of a group, as we've seen. Like, not every member of a group can be a soloist.
Right. And Nayeon, great soloist.
Nayeon, great soloist.
Very good at it.
Love that for her. Love the knee pads. The knee
Yes.
pads are absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Best boy group song.
Woohoo.
We liked our boy groups this year. Again,
We always
we'll
love
always
our
say
boy groups.
the boy groups are always doing better than the girl groups in our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I liked some of the boy group stuff. Like we're always a fan of Pure and Harmony.
Yes.
We're always a fan of. I enjoyed 17. We enjoy a bunch of our like lesser boys. Like we liked Boy Next Door. We liked, who else did we have in our top 10? Pow. We liked Pow.
Pow was great. Love Pow.
Pow was great this year. Even finally figured it out, which we loved.
They did.
To Us or Twiz.
Love
we liked
them.
that. I feel like they're gonna grow into something really fun.
Yes.
But you can't take it away from our boys. It was always gonna be ZB1's Good So Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the pop I liked, but it wasn't like it didn't have the ZB1 spark for me.
Right, it was fine.
It was fine. But then they come out with this and I'm like, no, we're back, baby. We're so back. We're here. Love this for them. They're thriving. They are, I think this and IZ*ONE are the two most consistently good created groups.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where I do think that they've figured out, again, I don't think you can count it against IOI just because they did 3 songs because they had no time.
Right.
But 101 tried to do too many concepts, which I think shot him in the foot. X1 didn't amount to much. And I think they don't know what to do with Kepler that much. Especially now that Kepler is kind of permanent. Kind of. I didn't pay that. This was when the Kepler permanent thing happened when we were out, so we haven't looked into it that much.
Right. And Kepler seems pretty the same Kepler that they were before.
They are the same Kepler.
They lost like pretty 2 inconsequential members, so they are just being Kepler still for the most part.
Yeah. And somehow people are turning on Kepler already because they're not the shiny new girl group anymore.
Sure. But that happens with all girl groups, as we have discovered.
That's all girl groups. But ZB1, don't get your hopes up on ZB1 being permanent. No. That's for sure.
Can't have that.
But we love them. Absolutely adore everything that they put out every year. Alright, girl group song. This was also easy. Really.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is it technically a K-pop song? Yes.
Yes.
I would argue
very much so a K-pop song.
By definition of, I think, most metrics, by our metrics, which is that they are made by a K-pop company on music shows.
Mm-hmm.
If XG can count in the K-pop sphere, I think they get to count too.
Oh, yeah.
Because also, again, we did like a bunch of group songs. Mainly, we did Love Oh My Girl. Technically, would this be where we would have put APT? Because technically, it's not a solo song because it's Rosé and Bruno Mars. And we count co-ed as girl group because it's very much harder to fill that category. Mm-hmm. Fair. But that also feels like cheating. So, crazy.
Crazy, yep.
Act like an angel, dress like crazy. All the girls are girling.
All the girls are girling.
This got us back into K-pop.
All the girly girls.
This got us back into K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
There is there's nothing more impactful about this song other than the fact that this got us back into K-pop.
And
we are here.
It's so funny.
And we're living.
In the best way possible. Like, the lyrics objectively bad, but they're not. They're so good.
Here's the thing. With the lyrics, I think that there is an inherent silliness to the fact that you are a K-pop group. And we've said it before. Why are you taking yourself so seriously? You're a K-pop group.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to disparage K-pop. I think that is to put into context the fact that if you in K-pop are allowed to be, you are given such a leeway to be silly, to be goofy, to do 80,000 things. And why are you choosing to do the most serious one?
Right.
You can do this.
You could do this.
Why are you not doing this?
Which is, not inherently, a meme. It's not a meme song in any type of way, but it's so good.
Not.
But it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's just so fun.
And it took, a vernacular and, did it in a way that it doesn't feel appropriative.
Right.
Because, all the girls are girling is sort of an appropriative, it could come off alright, should these little Korean girls be saying this? Again, there's a context where that would be a question.
Mm-hmm.
When they say it, absolutely not. Fucking go for it.
Yeah. And I think it's also because I feel like Lee Seraphim as a group has already kind of, put themselves in that, sort of community already. That
absolutely.
They've, already established themselves to, not be doing it in a way that is, appropriative or anything like that.
And I do think that there was a lot of care done within the music video, within all of it, that it did seem more that it was coming from a place of appreciation, not appropriation. And also, no one will ever be able to tell me that Lee Seraphim is untalented.
No, I will. That was never true, and I will not be taking any questions.
I do think that, that was really what was going on in the beginning half of the year, and we were what the fuck does, that's a stupid,
it's a dumb thing to say. Yeah.
Back then, and to now, we continue to say, you will never be able to gaslight me into thinking that Lee Seraphim is untalented.
Right.
Sorry, not sorry. Come for me if you will, whatever, but they are the best girl group, and we know about the other girl groups. We are aware of the other girl group all of you are thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
They were always more talented than them.
Mm-hmm.
Fight me. I don't care.
No,
even before all this shit happened,
they are so talented.
They were always more talented. I think they could do other group songs. Very few other groups could do this song.
Oh, yeah.
Correctly? Very few.
Yes, of course.
Alright. We call this best non-Korean song.
Yep, a lot of that.
Which just means we could give it to anybody.
A lot of that this year.
We could have given it to APT. We almost did give it to APT.
Yes,
that could have been it. But that does have Korean words in it, so it doesn't count. That does have Korean words in it. So we did have to give it to Song of the Year, debut by Cat's Eye.
Oh, yeah.
These girls are goddamn stars.
Stars. Absolute stars. All of them. They're so good.
We will be screaming it from the rooftops. They need to be the next girl group.
Oh, yeah.
The next biggest girl group in the goddamn world should be them.
Uh-huh.
And if it's not, that's a you
what
problem.
A shame
that's not
it
a
is.
me
Yeah,
problem. That is a shame. That is
not.
a travesty. That's an insane statement that they should not be the next biggest thing. Because they are the correct amount of of what everybody wanted. Because they're not as... Look at their TikToks. Look at their live streams. Look at everything. They are the correct amount of what everybody wants. People have a disconnect from K-pop groups because they're too well trained. These girls have probably the minimum amount of media training where I think they know not to say something absolutely stupid, but they know where to have, like, whatever fun in English on these live streams that everybody wants. They're twerking. They're living their best lives. They are doing everything that people say they want. And where are the people? Where have they gone?
Where are they?
Like, I'm just saying that they should be the next biggest thing on the goddamn planet.
Absolutely.
And when they become the biggest thing on the goddamn planet, I will be so happy for them.
Oh, yeah.
They are goddamn stars. They have the vocal talent. They have the dancing talent. They are gorgeous.
Yes.
One of the most visually stunning K-pop groups I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Stunning. I will be taking no questions.
No more questions at this time. They are fantastic.
Absolutely incredible. I do like that every time we have to talk about Cat's Eye, we just go on a defense rant about how dare you?
How dare you have anything bad to say about
them
you? Ever.
How dare you? Male B-side. This was hard.
It was.
Female B-side was easy, because we had one, and we're like, it's that one.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even have to listen to options. It was that one.
Right.
Male B-side was harder. Because we didn't have, one. And then also, in this era of, we gotta promote this, 3 months before the album comes out, we're like, was that a B-side? Was that a single? What's happening?
What was it?
What are we counting?
What are we doing here?
As?
Yeah.
I hate it here. But we did sort of, Kingdom ended up saving us on this.
Yes, they did.
Because we did end up giving it to We by 8turn, because we did see them do it as their, round one song.
And I was just like, that's a nice song by them.
I really enjoy this.
What a nice song.
I will say, I do like the version they did on Kingdom more, because I do think it is mixed with another song that they have.
Yes.
But, that one's absolutely amazing. This song is also good on its own.
Uh-huh.
But their Kingdom performance, fabulous. 8turn, moral winners of Kingdom. Of Road to Kingdom, Ace of Ace.
Oh, yeah.
Moral winners.
Fantastic job on that show from them. So good.
Absolutely love them. Another group that, again, why are the people ignoring 8turn?
I know.
I know why people are ignoring 8turn. They come from a nobody company, and they have no money. What company is 8turn under?
It's something with an M. M and H, I think.
M and H. Yeah, they're M and H. That's, again, a really kind of nobody company right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's so unfortunate. After they lost Chung, are really a nobody company.
I know.
But, yeah. Love them, though. They're absolutely incredible.
Fantastic.
All right. Female B-side was never a contest.
Never.
Was never a contest.
Never a contest.
Was always going to just be 1-800 Hot and Fun.
That's my number. Hit my line.
Hit my line. Where the heck is Saki?
She's waiting down in the lobby.
The lobby.
So good.
Another song that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So stupid.
And yet the best thing
I've
ever heard.
And that's that whole album. That whole album is simultaneously the dumbest thing you've ever heard, but also amazing.
And one can see that as an insult. Mm-hmm. I, in fact, only view that as a compliment.
I mean that in only the highest regard.
That is the biggest compliment I could give someone, that this went from being the stupidest thing I've ever heard to the best thing I've ever heard. Because these girls are stars. Also, again, love the idea that no one realized that, that Saki is just Sakura.
I don't know.
That's why she never says it.
I don't know why we never. I thought it was obvious. A hot second. Like, I don't know.
And then it wasn't.
Yeah.
I
thought that was very clear that was what the lyric was about.
And then also, if it wasn't clear like the first time, maybe it would have been clear the time that it was every other girl that said it,
right?
But not her because she can't be referencing
I simply
herself.
Don't understand. Yeah.
Again, love everything about it. These girls are goddamn stars. Why are they not the it girls? These are my it girls. These are the coolest people in K-pop.
I know, they are.
Like, say what you will. One, you will never be able to tell me that they're untalented. But even if you do believe they're untalented, how?
But how?
From where? And also, say what you will about Sakura. Sakura has lived a life that one could only dream of.
Mm-hmm.
Her life is insane.
Honestly, what a timeline of events she's gone through. Yeah.
What a life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I cannot. There are groups we will defend with our lives.
Yes.
And apparently this year is where we've learned who those groups are.
Yeah, Lee Seraphim, one of them.
Lee Seraphim, Cat's Eye.
Yes. The girls are girling.
The girls are girling. Like BTS and 17.
Yep.
And a little bit of 8-turn.
Oh yeah, 8-turn as well.
Because also,
Love them.
how dare you speak to my sons like this?
My sons.
How dare you? Do not look at me or my sons ever again. My 8 sons ever again. There are... I do like that there is a level where we will defend... And, ZB1. But, ZB1 does not need us to defend them.
No,
fine.
They're fine.
They do not need us. These girls, how dare you? I do also like that we do gravitate toward the girl groups that everyone is like, why the I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? That need defending. Alright, male choreo. Here's the thing. We, as we say every year, are the last person you should be asking about choreo. We don't dance. We don't know how to dance. That's not our thing. We are here for vibes. And you know who had great vibes? ZB1's Good So Bad.
Absolutely.
They do a lot of floor work. It's really fun. It looked cool. That's really all I can say about dance, is does it look cool? Or am I making a statement about the state of misogyny? Because that's what we did last year with Enhypen.
Yep.
And this year we did not have make a statement on misogyny because Enhypen stopped putting girls in their choreo.
Yeah, they really gave into that fast.
You know that there's more trucks for Enhypen?
There are?
There's rumors that Jungwon is dating Winter, and now there's trucks
Jesus.
again. We just went through this, and there's more trucks.
Alone.
We can't keep doing this with the trucks. The truck business in Korea. Between that and the funeral wreath business in Korea.
Yep.
We didn't get to mention the funeral wreath business. I hope no one's actual funeral got disrupted because there needed to be 80,000 funeral wreaths both in front of Rise and apparently because Suga wanted to not walk home drunk. Alright, female choreo. Again, we know nothing about dance.
Right.
Even less so female dance.
Oh yeah.
Because at least with the men, they're doing weird lifts, they're doing tricks, it's a whole thing. The women... We gave it to Oh My Girl because they're flouncy. I like flounce. I do think that this was very pretty choreo. They were like the little dolls, and I liked it.
Very pretty. We love when Oh My Girl does the very classical Oh My Girl.
Yes. The only word I knew how to describe this comeback as was flouncy. I don't fully know what that word means enough to be like, that's 100% what I meant. But, I'm into it. It sounds right. They were flouncing around that stage very prettily. Let's get away from the dance. We have no thoughts about dance.
No thoughts about dance, really.
Covers. there were some good covers this year.
Honestly, we got a lot less than normal this year.
A lot less than normal. It really did come down to what I feel like there was a lot less opportunity for covers. I feel like no one was like doing anything this year. Or maybe the only people doing things were like a bunch of new goos I didn't know anything about.
Right.
But I feel like they're either doing that or they're doing covers of like currently popular songs, and that's boring to me. If you're gonna cover something, cover the old shit.
Right.
So, and this is kind of covering. This is at least not covering a currently popular song. We did end up having to pick. We did end up just being like, what was our favorite 8-turn cover of the year? Because they were a highlight of this year. And it was Pass the Mic.
Yep. It was the best one on that show for sure.
It was the best show.
Yeah.
It was so good. I mean, all of them were good. I do think that really we could have given it to any of them. But I think because of the structure of the show and because of the stupid rules of the show, a lot of the covers did sort of have to get, unfortunately, cut because of the weird fucking Ace of Ace bits.
I know.
Where they just had to do random
sucks.
dance.
And it ruined a lot of good performances. It
did. This one, it weirdly, I don't know if they just managed to mask it really well. It kind of didn't ruin it, like, at all.
Yeah.
We're just, like, really into it. I liked it a lot. I mean, I liked everything 8-turn did on that show.
Yes, they were absolutely...
They deserved to win.
They're the moral victors of that show.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Special performance. So what we define a special performance as is a group doing their own song, but like, in a fun way.
In a fun and exciting way.
Doesn't even need to be a remix, just needs to be a fun and exciting bit.
Yep.
And really, I feel like a lot of times we either get it as like a remix at the Mamas, or like an award show performance, or we get it as like fun Halloween performances where they do it in costume.
Right.
I feel like we got neither of those this year. I feel like this year was so boring.
I know.
And I don't know if it's just the continual issue that I've always seen, which will always be that I feel like these groups are doing too many shows, so they don't have enough time to prepare anything. So we just end up doing boring performances.
Right.
Because, like, these kids are on tour, and then they gotta go here, and then they gotta go do a concert, and then they gotta go do a brand deal, and I'm like, okay, there's a reason. We need, like, 3 shows a year.
Right.
And then they're doing a comeback at the same time, and it's, like, a mess, and that's why everyone does the same bullshit. But also I feel like we didn't get any, like, costume performances for Halloween. Where was my Halloween? Where was someone dressing up, like, absolutely ridiculously? Where was someone dressing up in an inflatable? Where was someone dressing up like Bella from Twilight?
Honestly.
Where was my, Mona Lisa? I feel like that we've gone past the golden age of Halloween performances. I feel like all the good costumes have been taken.
We have.
Except this one! This is a costume I've always wanted done. Because it's Cat's Eye doing Touch for Halloween, where they dress like the members of the Winx Club. And this is the best Winx Club costumes I've ever seen. They're so good. Are they not the best thing you've ever seen?
It's so good. They really were listening. We're just like, this is what everyone wanted them to do, and they listened.
And, like, weirdly, I feel like your first thought is Sailor Moon, but the answer is no. Take a step back and go one level deeper.
Winx Club.
On the magical girl. Winx Club.
Yes.
And that's what everyone wanted.
If they were a K-pop group, they would have done Sailor Moon, but them being, like the American K-pop group, Winx Club, so good.
Sounds perfect.
Fantastic.
Also, why has no K-pop girl group done Sailor Moon?
Right.
And all the Sailor Scouts?
Honestly.
Or K-pop boy group done all the Sailor Moon and all the Sailor... I don't care who does it. Give me Sailor Moon and her Sailor Scouts. Why is this the first time I've ever seen a bunch of girls dressed up like a magical girl team? That's insane to me. And it's so good, and it looks amazing. And this is what the Winx Club show should have looked like, because they look great and they don't look cheap, even though these are obviously just, even though, like, weirdly, these are both, like, they look really good, but could have been bought on Shein.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, these don't look like expensive pieces individually, but together they just make a perfect Winx Club outfit. And I loved every second of it. It's incredible.
So good.
They have wings. It's so good. I don't know what to tell you.
It's everything
perfect.
I would have ever wanted from a
I didn't know I wanted it, too.
Anything I ever would have wanted from them.
I didn't know I wanted it. And, like, weirdly, I think whatever Sailor Scout they dressed as is appropriate.
Uh-huh.
It's so good. I don't know how you top this, because it's already the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right?
But
so good.
I want this every year. I want, again, like we said, these girls are goddamn stars.
Absolute stars.
Look at this. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 no notes. Just give me 14 of them.
Absolutely. Give me more of that.
Worst cover. What do we do with this?
So
there weren't that many covers, good or bad. I feel like I just didn't see people doing covers this year.
I know.
So, like, we did have to sort of find one within our framework.
We did.
And this is just one that we just had a particular personal dislike for, which was the crew one on Kingdom, Ace of Ace doing Sherlock.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about not understanding the assignment.
Huge yikes for that one.
It sounded bad.
It sounds bad.
The vibes are wrong. It doesn't fit with the song.
Yep.
I just had a bad time watching it.
I hated really everything that went on with it, I'm gonna be honest. I did not find it fun in any type of way.
Absolutely. We were just not fans.
No.
And, like, again, if you liked it, more power to you. But I think the crew one as a concept was a bad idea.
Yeah, that whole thing to begin with was really not good.
It is two groups combining into one group for only the purposes of this show.
Right, and then, like, not acknowledging it nearly as much as they should. Like, we cannot just keep going on like this is not two groups we've combined into one for the sake of this show. Like,
we really can't just pretend this is normal.
Right.
Just no notes. Like, no, this is fully normal. Alright, I think that's all the music ones. Yeah, now we're into the group awards. Underrated boy group. I do think that there is only one group it could have won to. Mm-hmm. And that's 8-Turn.
Yep. I mean, they really crushed it on Road to Kingdoms.
They've crushed it.
Absolutely fantastic on that.
We've liked them since last year when they debuted.
They were one of our. They were at the top of our 2023 boy group list. So they have been.
It is funny because even within that year where we had 10 boy group nominees for boy group debuts, and most of them were produce related. We're like, but in the not produce category, those 8-Turn boys,
they were pretty great.
They knew they got something.
Yeah,
we knew. It's also the same thing when we were immediately with 9i. That's the group. We knew. We're great judges of character. But, we did also, I did just remember, we did cut out a category.
Yeah.
We cut out Nugu boy group.
Oh, yeah.
Because, 1, it's really hard, and 2, I think we just sort of cut Nugus out of our lives.
Yep.
To begin with.
Sure did.
Underrated girl group. I mean, this is a group that, they started rough. But when they got good, they got real good.
They did.
Because we gave it to XG.
Yeah,
XG.
Great.
XG light at the end of the tunnel for XG. We like XG a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Great.
Fantastic.
Some of the best rappers, great vocalists, making the gayest music in K-pop.
So good.
It was great. 10 out of 10. We don't talk about them as much just because, 1, they're not K-pop, so they can't be in the K-pop categories. But also now that we have Cat's Eye, we like Cat's Eye a little bit more, so they can't win the not K-pop categories.
Right.
So, but we do really enjoy XG. And I can't think of any other girl groups this year. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of our favorite underrated girl groups disbanded this year.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, Cherry Bullet was always on here. They're gone. Other girl, like, Limelight, they're gone. Like, a bunch of groups that we enjoyed are just gone. 50-50, God knows what happened.
Yeah, that is a whole situation I don't want
We don't want to get involved.
Talk about, yeah.
Look, I'm just happy that we managed to, on a whim, I said, can we give it to Chanel just for fun? And thank God we did.
Yeah, ooh.
Thank God we don't have to try to shove her.
Unfortunate for her now,
How unfortunate for her. Alright. Boy group debut.
Yep.
We weren't really paying that much attention to boy group debuts.
There were also not a lot.
There were far more than girl group debuts, but we weren't paying too close of attention to it. Except for, like, these boys who, like, did leave us with an impression. We're like, oh no, we did hear about them. Most boy group debuts, I feel like, came and went and no one cared. Twiz, on the other hand, stars. Stars in the making.
They were the stars of this year.
They really were, and I do absolutely love that for them because they are adorable. They do really seem like a K-pop group that you can grow with. They are young, they are lively, they're adorable. And then slowly they will become older and still lively and still adorable. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like they will be a group that you can follow. Love that for them. They're the sweetest little thing. I do love a good, like, cute boy group. I feel like we haven't gotten one of those.
We love a cute boy group.
In a little bit. Girl group debut. Look, we counted this. It was only ever gonna be one. And it's Cat's Eye. Look at these goddamn stars.
Absolutely amazing.
Stars. There was never going to be another group to win this, to be honest. We would have cut the category if we didn't allow ourselves this. But they debuted this year. I don't know what else to tell you. They did debut. And they are amazing. I've had non-K-pop fans be like, oh, them. I got it. Like, they are gaining a fan base outside of K-pop. And that's amazing for them. A lot of it was from that Wings Club thing.
It was. But they are iconic.
But that is what the people wanted.
Absolute icons.
That is what the people needed.
Absolutely
was a Wings Club. Was a Wings Club. Essentially cosplay.
Yes.
Really well done. Alright. What is the next? Oh, soloist. Here's the thing. We were just... I don't know why we gave it to this person. I don't know why. We felt nothing about any of the soloists this year, really.
Yeah.
They did just sort of exist. And, like, we enjoyed them. This could have gone to IU, this could have gone to Nayeon. We gave it to Jin just because he came back with a vengeance. He was here, he was living his best life. He's going on shows without RM and he's speaking English, and I find that admirable of him. Doesn't have to, but he is.
Doesn't have to, but he's trying.
He's doing his best. He's living his best life, and you know what? I cannot... What can I say? I cannot fault him for anything he has done.
Oh, yeah.
He is nothing if not a star. As every member of BTS is. And also, he proposed to a fish. If that doesn't give you some brownie points...
to a fish.
If that doesn't give you some brownie points, I don't know what does. Best co-ed group. Alright, look.
We got the one. Look, we got the one category for the one group.
Look, in theory, we could... For years, we've said we could get rid of this category, but we are here to make a point.
But we don't. But we simply don't every time.
We're here to make a point every year, which is the fact that we will stop giving it to KARD when we have anyone else to give it to.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
And we have no one else to give it to.
Like, let's be honest. Who else can we give it to? It's not even...
we get the occasional ACMU when they decide to make these occasional. The occasional ACMU.
I don't even think ACMU did anything this year.
They didn't, I'm pretty sure.
Look, KRD holding strong. When KRD disbands, that will be when the category gets disbanded.
Oh, yeah.
That will be the KRD category gone. KRD.
That'll be the KRD category.
They are Godspeed to KRD, because now they will just can continue forever. J7's done with the mill. We are here to stay, baby. We're here to stay. Honest to God, I think it's absolutely hilarious that every year KRD continues to put out one comeback a year. And I think it's to stay in this list. I think it is genuinely...
They do it specifically for this podcast.
I think it is specifically to stay in our good graces.
Oh, yeah.
Best band. ONEWE.
Yeah.
Lucy was on tour.
Unsurprising.
Everyone else is gone. ONEWE holding it down in Korea. Where is FT Island?
Where are FT Island, indeed.
Only one of them is going through a divorce. The other two can do things.
Mm-hmm.
Where is CN Blue?
Where are they? Indeed?
Where are they? None of them are going through a divorce, at least publicly.
Nope.
Alright. Best boy group.
Best boy group.
I mean...
It's, also
let's be honest, it was
unsurprising.
There's only, like, 5 boy groups it was ever even gonna imagine going to.
Uh-huh.
Like, P1 Harmony we love, 17 we love, ZB1 we love, and there's others, but, like, let's be honest, those are our 3 main boys.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of who did something, it's ZB1.
Because they did the things, and they were good.
They did the things, they did, and then next year will be the last year
the things were good.
Next year will be the last year we can even give it to them.
Yeah, and so we probably will give it to them again just because of that, but, you know...
Just because it's their goodbye year. This is their sophomore year. Girl group. I mean, here's the thing. This is someone who has not won anything yet, but it's entirely for consistency's sake.
Oh, yes,
because
of course.
This girl group is consistent. These women
they are consistent.
Good. These women have been consistent for the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years. And it's Twice, baby.
Hell yeah.
Everyone out here saying Twice washed. Where?
No.
Twice consistency queens.
So consistent, always.
Always making music, always making good music. Their albums are good, the styling on point. These girls are slaying forever. I think people just hate the fact that they are now adults. People like, I'm not gonna name names, but some people just get very weird when their K-pop groups aren't prepubescent anymore. Or at least aren't adolescent anymore.
Now.
They're adults. Get over it.
Get over
Love
it.
that for them.
They're fantastic.
Absolutely incredible. I think just for the consistency, 10 out of 10. We love that for Twice.
We love that for them.
They had 2 comebacks this year. Both of them bangers.
And they were both really good.
Both bangers. They had a bunch, they do solo activities. They are in relationships. Consistently now getting into relationships. Jiho's on her second public relationship. Good for her.
Yep.
Maybe, and again, notice only after they started getting into relationships do people call them washed. Just saying. Sorry, we're very... Now, I guess now we have to defend Twice. That's also on the list of people we defend.
I mean, they deserve it.
They do deserve our defense. Wang Yibo Male Bias Award.
Oh, of course.
We call it the Wang Yibo Male Bias Award for fun.
Yes.
Last year in this category, we had 11 nominees.
Uh-huh. Sure did.
11. One of whom is now dead.
Now dead. And that's because it's a dog.
And that's because it was Yuntan.
Not because of anything bad happened, but it was because it's a dog.
And that's because it was Yuntan V's dog who was on an M countdown one time and then died this year. So R.I.P. R.I.P. Yuntan. Which is insane to me.
It's insane. It's an insane thing that happened.
That poor baby.
Oh,
R.I.P. will forever be missed, but also has the biggest legacy of any K-pop pet, I think.
Right. I think
he's on the album cover. He's on V's album cover. He debuted on M Countdown. That Bing Crosby V duet, he's all over that animated music video. Yeah.
He sure is.
He is the biggest legacy of any K-pop pet ever. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Deontan.
R.I.P. Deontan. We love him. We appreciate. But otherwise, it was just Produce Boys. So we're just gonna go down the list of Produce Boys because we couldn't come up with anyone else. It's Matthew,
right.
Baby. Matthew. We
yeah.
love Matthew.
He's great.
Look at him.
He's great. What a sweet boy.
He's the sweetest boy. But also, why does he have a collar around a bicep?
It's a choice for sure.
It's a choker around his
stylistic choice for sure.
Stylistic choice was made, but he is like the sweetest boy. We love Matthew. Next year may be Rich Boy Ricky. Who's to say? Probably.
Maybe. It probably will be Ricky next year.
Probably will be Ricky.
Unless Halbin decides to officially start dating,
unless
and then
Halbin actually kiss
as a unit, yeah. If they kiss, then they have to win it then. But,
fair, but I think we do have to give it to Ricky just because it will be the last year we could possibly.
Yes, of course.
All right, Weibo Female Bias Award. Look,
this is a highly contested category, actually.
Look,
between two people,
it was gonna be. But there's two people it could have been.
Yes.
Both of which I think people would have equally same. I think
not the one that won we decided on is definitely the worst of the two options in terms of agreeability.
Yes.
But
at the same time, I do think that the arguments would have been the same, which is those aren't K-pop artists, and I'm like, fair. So if I'm gonna go between the two, I'm gonna go with the one that's funnier. And this is a woman who has done more for this community than half of y'all this year.
Oh, yeah.
Gave it to Megan Thee Stallion.
Hell yeah.
She was on a Twice song. She had RM on the song.
She was.
This isn't K-pop, but she had that one Japanese rapper on the song. This woman doing more for the Asian music industry than half of y'all.
Truly. Truly an icon.
Truly an icon. I love Megan Thee Stallion even beyond the K-pop connection, but
I know, same.
She's great. And
she's great, though.
Then she got that Twice collab, and it might be my favorite Western artist on taking out of account that Bruno Mars thing, because that seems like an not a feature. That was a collaboration with. This is a feature. It is Twice featuring Megan Thee Stallion, and we've seen how shitty some of those features can be.
And guess what? There's also photo cards of Megan Thee Stallion.
There's photo cards of this woman. And also, she had such a long rap.
So long.
She did and it's so good. And it fits with Twice. And weirdly, I don't know if maybe Twice, maybe she's met Twice. I don't know why, but now Twice feels cooler. Twice feels cool. Twice feels like they're like, no, now we have a cosign for, now we are badass bitches. And I'm like, good for you, Twice. You've always been badass, but now you're double. Love that for you.
Double badass.
And also
bitches.
she looked amazing. She fit the role. She kind of everything about that feature on Strategy was 10 out of 10 incredible.
Oh yeah.
Loved every second of it.
So good.
So that's why she won. Obviously. The other option was going to be Sophia from Cat's Eye, who might win next year. Who is probably our favorite member of Cat's Eye, but...
Yep.
I mean, look at the year that Megan had.
Megan had a great year in K-pop. What can we say?
Megan had an incredible year in K-pop. She got RM on a song. RM's just chilling. All right, Artist of the Year. It was always only going to be one person.
Yep.
CB1!
Hell yeah. Amazing.
Let's be honest. It was only ever gonna be...
No other options.
Like we said, we've only ever given this to two people.
Yep.
BTS and ZB1.
Those are the winners of this category.
And
in the life of this podcast.
Because BTS has said they're not coming back in 2025. They're coming back in 2026. That means ZB1's going to win next year because it's their last year. So we're going to obviously give it to them.
And then it'll go right back to BTS.
Back to BTS. Doi. That's all we're going to do.
Of course.
Obviously. So, most improved. We did put a most improved.
Yeah. Yes.
This is entirely a surprise to us. We gave it to Extraordinary Heroes because...
We did. Because they're not making awful music anymore.
They finally also found the plot.
They did. They did find the plot. They found the band plot eventually.
They found the band plot. They figured out, wait a minute, we don't have to try to be exactly the emo bands of the early 2000s.
Right.
We can do sort of our own thing.
It's a little bit more fun now.
It is. But still emo. Honestly,
emo.
It was perfectly serviceable. If we were doing nominees, I would not be opposed to nominating them. Would they win? No. Would I nominate? Yes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yay! We love when bands find the plot.
We do love when bands find the plot.
We love when most groups find the plot. The thing is, we don't want things to be bad. We honestly want all of these K-pop groups to be good. But the problem is a lot of them aren't.
Oh yeah.
They don't find the plot. And by them, I don't mean the group members, I mean the companies.
Yep.
JYP does not know how to find the plot. And look, they weren't even in that terrible Magic song.
Right.
They didn't have to go.
But yes.
Alright, really quick, I'm gonna go through the drama awards. I've watched significantly less dramas this year.
I've watched a whole 0 dramas this year, so that really... I usually watch a couple, but I got none for this year.
We didn't even watch anything together this year. Which we usually watch at least one terrible one.
Oh, yeah.
So, best drama, I gave it to Dead Friend Forever. It's a weird show. Would recommend. I watched it on vacation, and that was a bad time to watch it. But it is good if you're okay with watching essentially a group of people torture a kid to death. And then there is revenge upon them, but you do have to spend a long time watching them ruin someone's life. Oof. For very little reason. Yikes. For no reason do they ruin someone's life. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think their revenge is too swift. I think they got out of this easy. But it is a very, 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 very sad show. Retroactive best drama, I gave it to Perfect Marriage Revenge. I watched this on a whim thinking it would be bad, and I was enthralled. So it's about this woman who, she marries this... She has a terrible family. Her family treats her like shit, but then she gets married to this guy who also cheats on her and, is shitty to her and everything else. So then she dies and goes back in time before she got married and then basically gets revenge on her family. And is like, no, I'm not marrying this guy. We will actually... And then just ropes in this other rich guy to help her get revenge. I don't want to spoil it too much. It's really good. Would recommend. It is great. I was on a revenge kick this year, I've just realized.
Oh, yeah.
Both of these are about revenge. And I do kind of like that. Best drama actor, Barcode. Barcode from Dead Friend Forever is the kid whose life they fucking ruin. And when I say they ruin his life, I mean this guy gets sold to the mob and dies a very slow and painful death. Very well done by him, but dear God, I think you need to, before anyone watches it, they do need to realize I wasn't told how terrible this was gonna get. Again, I watched this on vacation. It's good, but it is so depressing to watch.
Oof.
Very depressing to watch. Best drama actress, I gave it to Kim Namju from Wonderful World. Another show about revenge in a different way. This is actually a show that stars Eunwoo. Eunwoo has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. I just wanted to mention that Eunwoo's also here. So her son gets, run over by this, wealthy businessman, and he gets off for the murder. Essentially the murder. He gets run over, and, he just runs, it's a whole thing. And now she's wanting to get revenge, and you know what? Bravo for her. Best drama couple, it's the couple from Perfect Marriage Revenge. Loved them. I love a couple that gets revenge together, stays together. And that is it, friends. That was all our awards.
Woohoo. Yay for awards.
Yay for awards. Maybe next year it'll be more... Maybe next year we'll have more to say.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on the year, because we've now seen like what the high highs look like in these award years and what the low lows are. So it could be anywhere in between.
It's also weird because I don't think this year was a low. I think this year was, because like we've seen lows. We've saw 2021.
This was
just
like the
boring.
Thing. That's the thing, is I feel like it's worse because the lows weren't as low, so that just made it boring, and boring in a way for me is worse.
Exactly. Like, I would almost rather, not that I would rather it get worse, but at the same time, at least it would be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at least I would have something to say about the situation if it got worse. Because right now, we're getting mediocrity. People are loving it, and now I'm just bored out of my mind listening to it.
Oh, yeah.
I want it to get better. But if it both got better, and like if it did what it did in like 2021, 2022, where like the highs got even higher and the lows got lower, that would almost be that. I feel like that's the shot in the arm I need.
Oh, yeah.
Now I feel like we're two in the middle. All right. Well, that's our podcast.
That's been the podcast. That's been the awards. We will return next year. I can't tell you when.
With what?
But we will return for something, I'm sure, next year.
At some point, we will do something.
Maybe some point we will make podcasts.
Maybe we'll do a podcast about Fourth Wing.
Yeah, we're both reading Fourth Wing right now.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
We might turn into like a book podcast.
Maybe we'll turn into a book club that has with K-pop references.
Right. You know,
who's
that very huge overlap in fandom, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone will be super happy if we do that, but also at the same time,
if we turn this K-pop podcast into a book podcast, yeah.
Hey, if we lose TikTok, Book Talk needs somewhere to go. Hi,
True,
welcome.
That's fair.
What? I feel like there's a lot bigger niche book influencers than there are niche K-pop influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is our pivot. But at least we'll get free books sent to us.
True. You're right. Alright, that's been the episode. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, we'll see you next year eventually, I guess.
Bye!
Bye!